Welcome, this is Slowly Live Vibes. I'm Adele, and today I have a divine guidance reading and messages of love that the goddess has for the feminine. And today I'm going to be doing a tarot story time. Go ahead and grab a drink, a snack. I don't know how long this is going to be. I'm trying to keep it short today. So I want to use this deck. Oops, sorry. I want to use this deck. This is the Oracle of Destiny. And around a month ago, as I was packing my decks up to travel, the Divine Couple came out. I didn't end up doing a reading for that, but today I am going to see what comes out. We have here Head, Rationality, and Star. I love the colors of the deck, even the box that it came in. It's just very vibrant, very colorful. So I'm going to connect to the Divine Goddess of Love, the Great Mother, the Great Goddess, the Earth Goddess, the Virgin of Guadalupe, and see what the Great Mother has for us today. What messages of love? Wow. Okay. Ooh. Here on the back of the deck we have affections, and it seems to be a letter, a love letter. Messages of love, affection. I see that the moon is out. There's mountains in the background, flowers, clouds, stars. Interesting. Here we have Mars, Heart, and Saturn. Okay, so with these three coming out, I'm getting the vibe. It almost looked like on Saturn, this looks like the Hermit and the Death card. He has a, I forgot what it's called. A scythe? A synth? Let me Google. I need to be accurate. What is... the show Billy and Mandy just came to mind. A synth. So I was right. How do I pronounce that though? I want to pronounce it correctly. I always second guess myself on things. I knew what it was, but I just have to be accurate. Scythe. Okay. So here it looks like the Hermit, and this old man is holding a scythe. Yeah, this old man is holding a scythe. And this is Saturn, so I'm getting lessons that are coming to mind with the hand and the heart. This is reminding me of the Sacred Heart, because there's fire behind the heart. And with Mars is holding an arrow, and then there's also fire behind that as well. So the way that I'm seeing the image here, is this is possibly the hand. And it seems that this heart has been stitched up. There's 5 stitches on it. There are 3 tears falling from it. It's reminding me of the 3 of Hearts. So, love and war, all is fair in love and war, and lessons in that. Lessons of love. That's what's coming to mind right here in this. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna go with that. So I'll pull out this affection card and I will clarify these. I'm gonna take a sip, I'm thirsty. I'm having kombucha mixed with apple juice. And it's the apple juice from Trader Joe's. It's so good. Okay, so before I go into clarifying each of these cards, I'm going to pull from the Rose Oracle and see what messages of love the Divine Goddess has. What messages does the Goddess have regarding this reading? Trust the seasons. We have just transitioned from winter to spring. It is officially spring, my favorite season. I'm so happy. I'm wearing butterfly top here, a symbol of transformation. We have the Great Mother. Surrender to the mystery. Trust. So here is double trust. Double trust is coming out with trust the seasons and surrender to it. Surrender to the flow of the universe. Okay, so I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to get 2 more cards. Let's see what's on the back. The mother line, ancestral work, healing, individuation. Interesting. Interesting how the Great Mother came out. I love that. I'm not surprised, as that's who I'm connecting to before I go into this. So let's see what messages the Great Mother has regarding this reading. Alright, we got quite a few cards, so that's all I'm going to take. On the back we have the bloom, creations realized, right time, celebrate. So the flowers are blooming. It is spring. The wildflowers are popping out. It is time for you to pop out of hibernation mode, if that's what you've been in, and to bloom. It is your season. It is your time. It is all of our season, to be honest, to go ahead and just bloom after taking the time. Right, we have here with the Saturn, and you see this is similar to the Hermit. So someone who has gone inward, looked inward, and been to themselves, hibernating in the forest, in the woods, and thinking of all the lessons of this past year, and going into this new year. I consider spring as like the beginning of the year. Winter is for me the end of the year, and then spring as the flowers start to bloom and the leaves grow back on the trees. And speaking of that, I was outside today. It was so peaceful outside, and I was falling asleep, but as I was looking up at the trees, I could see the wisteria. The wisteria is blooming, and I kept thinking of the wisteria rooted card that has been coming out the past few readings, and we'll see if it comes out today. But with that, with the blooming, I feel like with this bloom on the back and all the flowers blooming as it's the season, I feel that that wisteria tree is blooming. So let's see. We have here the crowning, initiation, thresholds, and rebirth. That goes along with bloom. and trusting the seasons, that things change as time passes. We're not meant to stay the same. We are meant to transform. We have the return. It's interesting how it says the return, but it says new story. So if there's a return of someone from the past, maybe it's receiving a message from the past. It could be a lover. We have the return, alignment, and coming together. So I do feel that is also connected to the self, coming into oneself. And that is where I also see the blooming happening and the growth. We have here, healing is happening. You're not broken. Trust the process. If you watched the last reading, The Life After Love, this is the card that came out. Oh my gosh, I already peeked at the one behind it. I'm so excited for this. This is another love reading. No surprise there. I wish the divine couple would have came out, but that's okay. We'll see. We'll see what this is. But we have healing is happening. You are not broken. Trust the process. Trust the season. Trust the change. If there's been a separation, just trust that everything is going trust that everything is going according to plan. And here we have rapture, sensuality, love, romance, pleasure. It's in the air with spring. Spring to me is just all about that. I have the two little bunnies here, and just chasing after your dreams, your goals, and just a lot of growth. I just feel that this spring is going to be really great, and I can't wait. I'm so happy. I'm so excited for this. Okay, so with these cards here, I'm seeing in this story someone tapping into their higher self and to the divine and to God, seeking clarity, surrendering to what is going on in one's life, and then after learning lessons, being reborn again, a new person. And if this is a love that's coming up, this is coming back together with someone in a new story. That's why it says new story. So it's not going to be the same as it was in the past. It's going to be something new, because both individuals are transformed, they're changed, they've been going through this process, and this process has been one of healing and having to have a lot of faith and trust that what's meant for you is meant for you, and if it's not, it will be taken out of your life. And you have to trust when God takes things out of your life. You have to trust that. You can't continue chasing after it and trying to hold on to it. You have to let it go, and you have to let it go with grace. And you just have to trust that if something is for you, it will come back to you. That's Mercury retrograde, but that's what it's reminding me of. It's Mercury retrograde right now. But trusting that, like, I was watching this video, and the video is of two children and they're dancing, and it's reminding me of Flor Corico. And so the little kids are dancing and they're all dressed up. The girls are dressed up in their gear and the boys are dressed up in their gear. And so there's a video and the little girl is going like this, like she's wanting to dance with the boy, but the boy didn't have the correct attire, the uniform, and he didn't have the sombrero. And just, it seemed to me that the little boy could have been sad because maybe he felt out of place. Everybody's dressed up and performing, but he stands out. He looks different. And so he wasn't quite ready for the performance. And so then the instructor comes in and just grabs him and just takes him out. And the little girl's just standing there, and then the instructor comes back and puts another little boy in, and like the little boy's hat falls off, puts the hat back on, and he grabs her arm, puts it around him, and they start dancing, and they're just so happy. And the other two children dancing next to them, the other little girl just staring at her and smiling and so happy for her, and she's able to dance now. So the message that I took away from that is a connection where it seems that the feminine energy is accepting the masculine energy, is wanting to dance together, wanting to make things work, but the masculine energy wasn't at that point yet. They weren't ready, and they weren't ready to receive the feminine. And so what God did is God came in and has now brought another in place of that masculine energy. And that is so true. Like, if something doesn't work out, don't ever think that, oh my gosh, I've lost the love of my life, I've lost my person. That is not how it works, okay? There is always somebody else out there in the world for you, and you will find that person, you will come into contact with that person, and you will come together, because God is not going to just let you. You're there, you're ready, you're dressed, you're like, I'm ready for it, I'm ready for love, I'm ready for the affection. Like, I've been through war, I've been through heartbreak, I've been healing, I've been learning. I'm ready for that commitment, someone who is gonna want to dance with me and dance throughout life with me. And so that is the message that is coming through, is that there will always be someone else, and God is going to make sure your guardian angels, your guardian guides, your guardian ancestors are going to make sure that some way, somehow, you're going to come into contact with that person. Of course, after you've learned the lessons from the past person, and knowing that no matter if you are very open to accepting someone else, you cannot accept less than you deserve, because you came ready to the function, okay? You came prepared, you are ready to go ahead and take on this love connection. And if the other person isn't ready and isn't prepared, that, you know, it's not going to work out, and that's okay. So now I'm going to go in and clarify each of these cards here. The Oracle Destiny cards. I'm going to be using the Ethereal Visions. Ooh, we have here the Wheel of Fortune and the Hierophant. You gotta trust the process. Clarify affections. It's so many cards. I'll take them though. We have here the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, interesting. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a feminine who is very stable, who has been working on healing and providing a solid foundation for themselves. We have here the Moon. We have the Two of Cups. Ooh. We have Judgment, the Three of Wands, and the Chariot. Okay, so with this feminine here, I see this feminine being emotional. Right here we have the heart, and with the heart, this has to do with matters of the heart. So this is a feminine. It can also be a feminine who is a earth sign, so Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And with the moon here, I feel that this feminine has been in hibernation for a time and dealing with emotions, trying to balance those emotions out when it came to a connection. And with the Judgment, I feel that this feminine had to look at things within a connection, whoever the feminine was connecting with affectionately, and had to make a judgment call on plans to move forward and chase after their goals. And these goals could have been to do with the self. Let's see what we have here on the back of the deck. We have the Artiste. Yeah, we have the Artist here on the back of the deck. So I feel this feminine has been working to paint a new version of themselves. Clarify Mars. Okay, here we have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Justice. On the back of the deck, we have the Tower. So this is someone who has been waiting for a long time. This feminine may be waiting to receive a message. Maybe an apology. This feminine could have also secretly been talking to somebody. Clarify the Heart. Yeah, we have conflict here. We have the Magician, the Four of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. A lot of conflict. Okay. This feminine has blocked someone off from their heart space. This is someone who caused conflict within the connection and chose to secretly move forward. They made that judgment call and made the plans to go ahead and chase their goals. This feminine felt that they waited for a long time, right? They had made an investment here with the Seven of Pentacles. And this affection is giving me like, it's a letter. It's a letter. So people still do write letters today, but I'm feeling like this is a text message. Like this is a message, a text message. Maybe this feminine didn't receive a response back, and this made the feminine angry. Mars is also about like action and pursuing things. So if the masculine wasn't taking any action towards the feminine could have gotten upset and got tired of waiting and just drew out the sword and cut that person off, because we have here conflict. The feminine feeling conflicted with matters of the heart, and like I was saying earlier at the very beginning, this heart was giving me Three of Swords. So this is within a love connection, but the feminine has all the tools they need in order to heal, to rest, and during this time they have blocked off the masculine energy. So they've taken a step back. Wow. Right? They're healing, they're thinking about things with Saturn lessons. and the Ace of Pentacles. The feminine was waiting for a manifestation in love. I know that's right. Right? What was I saying with that story earlier? When the other person just doesn't want to dance with you, they don't want to dance through life with you, they're not ready to step up and take your hand and lead you, well, you gotta walk away and find a new dance partner. Let's clarify Saturn. I'd like to clarify Saturn. There is way too many. Way too many. We have 3 of Pentacles here. And the way that it fell out reversed, and I was aware of that, so I pulled it out upright. Just want to mention that. So, clarify Saturn. 7 of Cups. I feel like we need one more card, but I guess we need 2. We sure do. 2 Pentacles. Balance. I'm seeing balance. A lot of Pentacles. Okay, it's a lot of Pentacles coming out. Right, this one here we have Wands. With the 5 of Wands, 7 of Wands, conflict, fighting in love. We have this Mars here. Okay, so for Saturn, we have 3 of Pentacles, we have the 7 of Cups, we have the Temperance, and the 6 of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing with that, I'm seeing learning lessons when it comes to collaborating with others. Balancing out oneself on what is given to others, as in time, energy. Alright. I have not seen a masculine energy come out yet. Table. We have the 2 here. So this is all about the divine feminine and how the divine feminine feels within a connection. And also this can be friendships. Okay, this can be learning lessons when it comes to friendships. It doesn't have to be romantic. The Lovers didn't come out, but the Rapture card with the sensuality, love, romance, and pleasure did. So that is what pushed me more towards the love reading. So with this here, there could have been multiple people. Maybe the feminine does have a lot of options, but I see the feminine is very balanced with the Temperance card, and with the 6 of Pentacles really choosing who they give their time, their energy, and their coin to. I do see that there are individuals who watch this feminine and want to work with the feminine, but they may be doing it in a way where the feminine is unaware. They may see this feminine as someone who is structured. Okay. So now I'm gonna get to see I'm gonna get some cosmic pearls of wisdom. Let me see if I see anything else before I get into the cosmic pearls of wisdom. I do see this feminine as being emotional over a connection, over a love connection. I'm actually, before I go into the cosmic pearls of wisdom, I feel like I should clarify here this energy. clarify the Three of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. We have the Star, the Eight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Hanged Man, and the Eight of Cups. I see this feminine as a star. This is a star energy. This feminine has star energy to them. Their aura. They're very connected to the earth and the cycles, the seasons. And I see forward movement, moving forward secretly. And thinking about all the sacrifices the feminine has made when it comes to working with others and choosing to walk away. And choosing to walk away even if something seems like a good thing, knowing better, being wiser, seeing things for what they truly are. With the Page of Pentacles, working towards their goal. Why here the Five of Wands? Where's the conflict? Whoa. Five of Wands, clarified by the Five of Swords and the Sun. So this was matters of the heart that were affecting the feminine mentally, causing them maybe even to feel left out. So someone could have maybe not, I wanted to say not replied to this feminine's affections, but they also may not have reciprocated the affection. Like what this feminine was giving was not what they were receiving back. And this is a Queen of Pentacles. They have a lot to give, and they're very consistent. They're very sturdy. They're very consistent, very stable, very dependable, and they have a lot to give, as in love, coin, and they're going to put a lot into a connection. A lot of effort when it comes to their time, their energy, their love, even money. Someone who's very rooted. And maybe that wasn't reciprocated. The affections weren't returned. Why the Seven of Wands? So this feminine was healing from that. Rising up, moving forward, moving in silence, moving in secret, slowly working towards their goals, towards healing themselves, towards becoming stable again. Why the Seven of Wands? This is heavy. This is really heavy energy. We have the Eight of Swords in the back. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Again, we have the Empress. So I'm not sure if I mentioned earlier with the Five of Swords and the Sun, but this is someone who has worked towards becoming mentally stable again. Like whatever this was really affected the feminine on a mental level. And they had to take time to work towards the sun, towards their happiness, towards healing themselves. There could have even been some depression that went on that stemmed from the heart space. lovesick is coming to mind. So here with the Seven of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Empress, and the Eight of Swords, this is someone who felt stuck. Someone that, so having to like fight off feeling stuck. And this is something that lasted for a while because the feminine felt betrayed. It's like they were just like left. Like this is a person who has 10 swords in their back. Like who the heck stabbed this beautiful freaking divine feminine, this beautiful empress? Look at her. She is gorgeous. Look at her hair. Look at those flowers. Look at all that love. And somebody really went to war on this freaking feminine, and they thought they can get one over on the feminine. And you know what? Feminine said, all right, peace, I'm out, and went along, went to go heal, went to go do the work, went to go work on themselves, their heart space, their mental space. And they still come out on top even better. They went from the queen here, the queen of coin, the queen of pentacles, to the empress, leveled up. Whatever this feminine went through leveled them up. And maybe this feminine energy felt like they were going to be stuck for a while in this because the healing was taking so much time. But you just have to trust. You have to trust that whatever you go through, that you will come out on the other side wiser, stronger, and more connected to yourself, knowing more about yourself, knowing what it is that you want, acknowledging, realizing what you've been through, and giving yourself grace that things will happen. Maybe we give our love out to the wrong individual, our time and our energy to the wrong individuals, but once we realize that that person doesn't value it, they have no place. No place sitting at the table. No place coming into contact anymore. And that's when they get blocked. I'm all about it. I'm all about block, delete, unfollow, remove. It's a new season, and it's time to leave the people of the past in the past. See what they were able to give, what they weren't able to give. Accept it, and move on. And know that there's going to be new individuals that are going to pop up. They're going to pop up in your life for a reason, because you've closed the people of the past season. Wow, I am so proud of this Empress here. Gorgeous. And also with the crowning and the Great Mother coming out, Mother energy. This is a feminine who has mothered themselves back to health. And they rebirth themselves into the world again as a new individual, because they are a new person. They put in a lot of work, a lot of time into themselves. And I see this feminine as someone who's going to receive their justice. Justice will be served to the people, because one day they're going to realize, in the end, they're going to realize what they lost, which is an empress, a truly loving, nurturing individual, caring. This is unconditional love that these other people are going to miss out on. And that's their loss. And it's this feminine's gain. Whew! Okay. I have the Seven of Pentacles. I want to tap into this Seven of Pentacles energy. Two of Cups, I've told you. It was a connection. Two of Cups came out twice. The Hermit, it was a connection. So whether it is a friendship, whether it is a romantic partnership, this is a connection that the feminine felt that this individual was worth their time and their energy. They valued this connection. They valued this person. And in the end, they let the connection burn. They burned that bridge. I don't know who burned the bridge. I don't know if it was the feminine or the other person. But I don't feel that there is any coming back from that. But then here with the return, a new story, and this could be a whole new love coming in. I'm going to go ahead and read Mars. Let me go look at the index. Wherever it is. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Mars, page 52. Mars is an aspect of the thumb. The thumb, also known as the finger of Venus and Mars, is central to palm reading because it presents in a nutshell all aspects of a person's nature. After all, it is the finger that allows us to touch what we come into contact. This is reminding me of a green thumb, which I feel goes with the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress energy. So we have here, this is connected to willpower, determination, logic, and reasons, and indicates the degree to which they direct intentions. This finger represents you in its eternity, capturing the essence of the way you master life by analyzing and reasoning before acting and doing. Venus, a window open to the ability to endure, love, rejoice, and experience pleasure. It is time to evaluate how you grasp what comes from the outside and how you direct your rationality to achieve your goal. So that's interesting because we have here the Justice and the Seven of Pentacles. So thinking, a lot of thinking, because this is someone who is looking over their harvest, looking over their connections, making a balanced choice with the Justice. With the Ace of Swords, I see it as thoughts, ideas, clarity, receiving clarity on their connections, how to move through their connections, knowing the right moves to make. I did mention that this person seems as if they're moving in silence. Now I'm going to look at affections. So this indicates hearts they have touched and who has also touched their heart. So it's saying that the lines on the dominant hand and non-dominant hand have two different meanings. On the dominant hand, it indicates the hearts that the person has touched, and on the non-dominant hand, it means how many have touched their heart. And a solitary line, or one longer than the others, indicates deep love and a lasting relationship. So it starts from the outer part of the hand and runs toward the center of the mount. So it's right here. So this is my dominant hand, and ooh, this is interesting. 1, 2, 3. And the non-dominant hand, how many have touched my heart? 3. But there's two that are, there's one that is very deep, then there's another one above it that is not that deep, and then there's one a little bit further down that is not that deep or long either. It says a solitary line, or one longer than the others, indicates deep love and a lasting relationship. Yeah, there's one that's really deep. So the divinatory meaning of the affections card is there's a time when it becomes necessary to take care of one's relationships, of your closest loved ones, by hugging more often, listening and telling them that you love them. Nothing is taken for granted or given once and forever, especially in matters of the heart. Look inside yours and you will know what you need to do. I feel that goes so perfectly with the Two of Cups here and the moon. It's like about feelings. And we even have the heart here. Let's read the heart. I want to know what that one is too. I have not read these before or pulled these before. So the heart, page 68. I know where the heart line is. It's this line right here. So the heart line starts on the side of the palm below the pinky finger and cuts across it, and ends generally between the index finger and the middle finger. It tells us about our relationship with all events related to feelings. Thus, not only love relationships, but also friendships. And I was saying that earlier, that this could also have to do with friendships, because with the Three of Coins, it felt like friendships. Spiritual unions and any aspects concerning our heart. It can be interrupted and start again at another point, which represents a broken heart or an experience of deep pain or something that has hurt our feelings. In mine, I have what looks to be like a little chain link. I also have a palm reading book. I'm curious to know, mine ends at the middle finger. Where does yours end? And are there any like special markings that you notice? So the divinatory meaning is our life asks to be considered. It can tell us that we are living fully or spur us to consider our failures and fears. When it is broken, it teaches us about the strength hidden in the crisis. You have everything you need to live fully. You have everything you need to live fully. You have energy, you have strength, and a capacity to transform. Even the most painful changes can be an engine of growth. if you know how to treasure them. Wow. Wow. That's what I was saying earlier. With the healing it's happening, trust the process, you're not broken, transformation, rebirth. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's read Saturn. Page 56. The middle finger takes on the characteristics of the planet and ancient god Saturn, an old hermit, reconcilier of opposites, mediator between the urges of the inner and the outer worlds. Saturn is a place where two worlds meet, the magic finger of the axis of destiny, the point of balance between all the tendency revealed by the other fingers. A wise old man, a philosopher, a scientist, a drawbridge. So the meaning of this card is that Saturn is a solitary god because no one can learn our lesson for us. He teaches us discipline and autonomy. He leads us to transform. Keyword, transform. There's a lot of transform being thrown around here in this reading. The existing order to generate a new state of being, which we have here with the crowning, the rebirth, birthing a new self, trusting the change, trusting the process. He leads us to transform the existing order to generate a new state of things. The appearance of Saturn is inviting you to thoroughly investigate and enforce your limits, the boundary beyond which you do not allow the outside world to suggest to you. Consider your relationship with the distances you have set. You mustn't allow yourself to be invaded. Can you do this with the right balance, without going so far as to isolate yourself? And here we have the Temperance. And so that is also coming to mind, balance. We have here the Eight of Cups, and this also looks similar to the Hermit going off. To think, to contemplate. And here with the Three of Cups, clarifying the Saturn card, I do feel like it has lessons to do with connections, not just people that we love on a romantic level, but others that we love, that we may work with, friends. And it seems to be speaking about not isolating oneself too much, like right, you have to have boundaries, but you don't want to be too rigid in your boundaries where you don't let anybody in. You want to have a good balance of that. And I do feel that here with the Justice, the Two of Cups, and Mars, that this is a feminine who is really contemplating and thinking about things. And when it comes down to it, those that have betrayed are the ones who get blocked. Like, this is someone has to do something to this feminine that is considered a betrayal, whatever that may be. And the feminine will work on themselves, and they'll evaluate, and then they'll set boundaries when it comes to those other people or other connections. And I feel like what it comes down to is the heart space and how individuals make this feminine feel. And maybe it's not that people don't make us feel things, we feel things, by experiencing interactions with them, and some interactions can be negative, and those negative interactions can impact us and affect us on a physical level, on an emotional level, on a mental level, on a spiritual level, and realizing what is worth it, what's worth the time, the energy. Because here we have a feminine who values other people. They know that the people that come into their life for a reason, with a purpose, and learning from that connection and that experience through that connection. I really love this deck. This is such a good deck. I think it was good to start off with that deck and to kind of to do the tarot and then read what each one meant. On the back of the deck is head and harmony. And I feel that goes here with the trust the seasons, and we have here a feminine with the crown chakra here and the light leading up to the divine, to source, to the cosmos. I'm going to go ahead and read the head and harmony card, and this one's really interesting because inside the palm is a house, and the house even has a little chimney with smoke coming out. Page 72. The aspect of the hand. The headline is oriented toward the middle of the Mount of Luna. This indicates well-developed reasoning, pliability, and great understanding, as well as imagination and a relationship with one's darker inner world. Saturn is coming up, coming into mind. Those who have the line in this position do not lose contact with the unconscious, nor with logic or the talent of rationally analyzing situations. The meaning is tap into Dorothy's confidence of the Wizard of Oz. She knows the safety of her home, but allows it to fly away in a tornado. One of the greatest gifts is to create harmony between the rational and the irrational, to know how to grasp the infinite nuances that bind black and white. This is interesting because my headline is connected to another line. Interesting. Okay. So, sorry, I got distracted. Okay. So now that I've pulled and clarified with tarot, I'm going to pull some pearls of wisdom. We have number 13, the red anemone, rebirth, end of a cycle, and reflection. We have that plenty of times, the rebirth, the transformation. So that is the energy that the feminine So that is the energy that the feminine is in. Let's see. Now I'm going to connect to the Divine Mother, the Great Mother, the Virgin de Guadalupe, and ask to receive some pearls of wisdom for this feminine in this reading. Number 21, the fertile heart, receptive, eyed wise open, uncover. Be receptive to the wisdom you receive. The first card out is Aphrodite activation. Ignite, heart opening, goddess guidance. This is a message about receiving and being open to receiving guidance from the goddess, from guardian angels and guardian guides. This feminine has been awakened, has been activated, and is being reborn after going through a transformation, after going through healing, after coming into union with oneself, one's mind, one's soul, one's spirit. We have number 7, lucky number 7, inner beauty, internal light, kindness, service. This feminine has had to be kind to themselves, has had to love themselves, has had to nurture themselves, has had to look into the mirror and see the beauty within, the light within, that the way some people treat us is not a reflection of us, but a reflection of how they see themselves, how they do not value and respect themselves enough to treat another with kindness, with grace, with compassion, with care, with love, with integrity. This is a feminine who sees the light within other people, even when they don't see the light within themselves. And this at times can get this feminine into some negative experiences. And that's where this feminine is having to go inward and to see things and to go back and reflect and see where maybe they should have made a different choice. When it comes to letting people in and then choosing to set the boundary, not let others cross their boundaries, to also cut them off when they do. We have butterfly musings, comfort, positivity, spiritual growth. This feminine, they have been activated by the goddess. They have come into union with the goddess within and their internal lights. And they're going through a transformation. As I said, they're being reborn. We have the transcendent alchemist. So they have alchemized the experiences, the energy of everything that they've been through. They've been in the process of alchemization. And we have here the charmer, the clairvoyant, the fierce mystic. So with the clairvoyant, this is someone who is connected to their inner vision, here with the inner light and eyes wide open and the crown chakra. So they are clearly connected to source, to the divine, to their guardian guides, guardian angels. And we have someone here who is a mystic. They are a seer, a knower. They just know things on an internal level. Wow, we have number 3. And this one was number 29. Butterfly Musings is number 40. So we have number 3. Aphrodite dreams, dreamer, goddess energy, fluidity. Wow. Okay, that is so beautiful. This is for sure a divine feminine reading. I was feeling as if this was a love reading before, with the rapture, the sensuality, love, romance, and pleasure. But I feel that this is a feminine who is coming into themselves and what it is that they experience and what they want to experience when it comes to love, when it comes to romance, when it comes to pleasure, and making sure that there is a balance of that within their connections. So with the Aphrodite dreams, the dreamer, I feel that so with the clairvoyant and the mystic, followed by the Aphrodite dreams. This is an individual who will see and receive messages within their dreams. Within the dream state is when messages will come through from the goddess. So to be receptive to the messages that they receive in their dreams. That's the message, to be receptive of messages that you may see in your dreams, because the goddess may very well be sending you messages of guidance. Okay, so now I am going to, here we have magic on the back of the deck. I'm not surprised. Let's see what messages the goddess has regarding this reading. Consciousness and determination. And on the back we have cleanse. Protection and rest. Alright. On the back we have space. There's that Hermit energy and that Four of Swords energy with the rest and the protection. So I feel here that this is a feminine energy who is connecting to their thoughts, who is connecting to guidance from the goddess, is determined to protect themselves, to see what it is that they need when it comes to healing and trusting the process, like trusting their healing, trusting when they need to take time and space to themselves, when they need to set boundaries, and also when their boundaries are crossed, and protecting themselves. And so with the trust the season and change and transition, growth and cycles, this energy here, this is of the past and the present, but that there's still change happening to where they're blooming into this new version of themselves after all of this. So pull some cards from the Romance and Oracle deck. We have on the back of the deck, gifts. Love's greatest gift is the ability to truly understand one another, to understand oneself, and to understand another person. What? There was a card in there that wasn't supposed to be in there that just flew out. And this is from the Rose Oracle. After the rain, silver lining, hope, it's over, mercy. Wow, so that was meant to come out. We have hideaway. Make time to be with your person, create your own special hideaway and gift. So the feminine has already gone through all of these experiences and is coming out afterwards. This new version. They've been resting, healing, protecting themselves, their heart space. So the main message is to protect oneself, protect your heart space. Don't let other people cross your boundaries, and when they do, know how to reset those boundaries, how to redraw that line, and that taking time and space away from a connection is important for you to rationally reevaluate things, reevaluate the connection to see if this is a connection that is worth continuing being in, and when it's time to walk away. And always remember that God will provide you with new people on your journey and on your path. You will meet new individuals that align with you, your frequency, and that are going to reciprocate the energy and everything that it is that you bring to the table, that you have to offer the connection, and that your standards are never too high. You know, you have your standards of where you set them, of what it is that you expect out of the connection. And you know, there are times when you may give people chances and they don't take the chance and they don't value what it is that you bring and you offer, and that you know when it's time to walk away, and you have to trust that and let go of connections with grace and with gratitude, and that there will be new individuals that are going to come into your life, and these connections will be fulfilling, because when you've worked on yourself and you've worked on transitioning into this new version of yourself, you are going to be vibrating at a frequency that may not align with those past people, but there are going to be new people that you meet that are going to align with you. And so you're going to be able to stay in that connection because you guys resonate with one another and are vibrating on the same level. Y'all got the vibes. And the people who just don't vibe with you, they don't, and they gotta go. And that's okay. That's okay. So this is the reading that I have for you today. This was quite beautiful, and I feel that it didn't tap too much into the love. It is more of the self. And some things to think about is what you want out of love. How do you see romance with yourself? And how do you see romance with another? How do you see love with yourself? How do you love yourself? And how do you want to experience love with another, romantically and platonically? And then when it comes to sensuality, how do you express yourself sensually? So when you're with yourself, and then when it comes to pleasure, it's the same thing. You have to be able to be connected with your body and to be able to be expressive, to be the sensual being that you are. You are a multifaceted person, an individual. And there are many versions of you that you can tap into and express, and that you need to be able to know how to pleasure yourself, so that way you can also be able to experience that with someone else. And so it didn't really tap too much into that with another, but more of yourself. And so that's why I'm saying, when it comes to love, when it comes to romance, like, write down what it is that you love. What do you love to do? Where do you love to go? What do you love to eat? What do you love to wear? How do you express yourself? How do you see love with another person? What do you see yourself doing? Where do you see yourself going? What do you see yourself saying? How do you feel that you are going to embrace that other person and that connection? And that when you have worked on healing yourself, after that is when you're going to be able to experience that with someone else. Because you don't want to meet someone and it's too soon and it's not the right time. Like, right person, wrong timing. I don't know if I really believe that. I think that we're meant to meet people and we're meant to experience things and learn things from that connection. But then we're also meant to change and to transform. And then we meet new people. Maybe we even come back into contact with the people of the past and they themselves had changed and transformed. And so then they're vibrating on that same level and able to connect again. But I think that this is really a reading of tapping into the feminine energy, the goddess energy within oneself, and working with that energy. And that what is for you will align with you. So I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I did. And stay tuned for the next reading. I'm not sure what it'll be. It might be a story time. It might be goddess guidance. It might be something else. But I hope to continue doing this. Ooh, what is that? Is it a little feather? I don't know what that was that I just saw go across right now. Thank you for watching. Always remember that the love you seek is seeking you, and that you are love, and that you are worthy of love, and all the love that you give and have to give is going to come right back to you. And so with that, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.